can't see them there because the fire is coming up. They are inside the fire. We can't detect. They cannot see that. You say, look at it at the fire. It cannot go closer to the fire. But example, look at that woman now facing up. It's already dead. Cannot detect whether it's 15 because unless when they quench the fire, we can detect from their bone or their head. That we could know whether they are 15, but they are more than or 10 or the remaining one.
Once it is 12 o'clock and open the pipe down there, look at the further. There is a valve attached. So in the night they comes, unlock it, and begin to fetch with buckets. The white waterproofs they are called cellophans is what they do. The vehicles you see over there bound are the vehicle coming to convey scatter the fire business called bunkering to the various places. So in the process of doing that, the women that are move around the heat, fire spark, and the fire dropped all of them. More than 15, 20 persons died as a spot.
An environmentalist and executive director, Youth and Environmental Advocacy Center, Fine-Face Unamini, confirmed the incident, saying it received the news of the incident through its crude oil spill alert response system. The spokesperson of the State Police Commander Grace Inrege Koko confirmed the incident, saying the divisional police officer is also at the scene. Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, and Sokoto states have dragged the federal government before the Supreme Court over the conduct of the February 25th, 2023 presidential and National Assembly elections. The suit filed by the Attorney General of the 6 states has the Attorney General of the Federation as sole respondent. The plaintiff on February 28th predicted their case on the ground that the collation of the national election result from the 36 states of the Federation and that of the Federal Capital Territory for the said 2020 presidential and National Assembly elections have not been carried out in compliance with the mandatory provision of relevant sections of the Electoral Act 2022. In the suit filed by the lawyer Mike Ozeke Home, the state said the agents and officials of the federal government and INEC failed to transmit the collated results as prescribed by the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022. Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party has slammed the Independent National Electoral Commission over the conduct of the presidential and National Assembly election, saying the umpire's inability to upload results on the INEC results viewing portal. The presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party made the claim in Abuja after the INEC declared Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress as the winner of Saturday's election. He said the election was neither free nor fair, as preliminary assessments indicate that it is the worst conducted election since the return of democracy rule in the country.
The 2023 presidential election presented our nation and its people the greatest opportunity for a reset. We had everything going for us: a legal framework in the 2022 Electoral Act and the BVAS technology. The enthusiasm of Nigerians to turn out and in large numbers was an added bonus. However, the dreams and aspirations of Nigerians who braced all the challenges to go and cast their votes on Saturday, 25th of February 2023 were shattered. The weekend election.
Atiku vowed to challenge the outcome of the election and believes the judiciary will do justice to the matter.
The weekend election was neither free nor fair. Preliminary assessments indicate that it is the worst conducted election since the return to democratic. The manipulation and fraud that attended this election was unprecedented in the history of our nation. I can still not understand why the electoral umpire was in such a hurry to conclude collation and announcement of the results, given the number of complaints and irregularities of bypassing of the BVAS, failure of uploading IRV, and unprecedented cancellations and disfranchisement of millions of voters in breach of the Electoral Act.
The flag bearer of the Labour Party in Nigeria's just concluded a presidential election, Peter Obi, has said that he won the poll and he will explore all legal options to reclaim his mandate. Obi said he won the election and will prove it to Nigerians.
We won the election. This election, as you know, did not meet the minimum standard expected of a free, transparent, credible, fair election. Go down as one of the most controversial elections ever conducted in Nigeria. During my campaign post, I said that we will govern by the rule of law because we know what not doing that will bring about. And that's why we insisted that. Let me reiterate, and I assure you that good people of Nigeria that will explore all legal and peaceful options. That's it.
Obi assured the youth in the country that he is not going away, but he will stay and work for a new Nigeria. The former governor of Anambra State said the structure that has created 130 million people living in multi-dimensional poverty can't go away overnight.
That is Ahmed and I remain absolutely undaunted and deeply committed to the project of a new Nigeria that will be built on honesty, transparency, fairness, justice, equity. All the above stands with the process. The process through which people come into office is far more fundamental, more important than what they do directly. It is my belief, and I've been telling so consistently, that if you must answer His Excellency, the process through which you arrive to office.
Still on the news, the APC National Chairman Abdullahi Adamu says his flag bearer Bola Ahmed Tinubu was choice of Nigerians. Adamu spoke at a press conference that the party is out to share the spirit of moment with Nigerians.
We are all run the good race. The victory has gone to one man, but the race was not run by him alone. He won because we stood by him. He won because we as members of the party were committed to his victory and the victory of our party at all levels in the general election. He won because the electorate trust him and believe he has the capacity to heal the nation's wants and set it along the path of unity and prosperity.
Senator Adamu extended an olive branch to all presidential candidates who were defeated in the polls and condemned the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party for calling for elections to be cancelled. Adamu urged Nigerians to stand up to those calling for the elections cancellation and urged all aggrieved parties to seek legal redress, adding that the call for the elections cancellation was an attempt to set the country on fire.
We recognize the victors, but we will not recognize the vanquished. Our party extends its hands of patriotism to them. We enjoin them to join our party so that together we can take up the same challenges which they offer their services. The victory does not belong to the president-elect and his political party alone. It also belongs to that poor woman who, against all odds and the current financial problems, still sacrifice her time and her little financial resources to go to her polling unit to cast her vote.
The National Working Committee of the All Progressive Congress APC has met with the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu at his residence in Abuja. National Chairman of the ruling party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, led members of the committee to meet the President-elect. This is the first time they're meeting and congratulating the President since the INEC declared Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu winner of the 2023 presidential election. The visit is also coming a day after Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu received certificate of return as president-elect and thereafter traveled to Daura, Katsina State to President Buhari before the president
is 93.0 FM, Abuja.
Still on the news, there's a breaking news. The Supreme Court on Thursday ordered that the old 200 naira, 500 naira, 1000 naira notes remain in circulation till December 31st, 2023. The Apex Court also nullified the federal government's naira redesign policy, declaring it as an affront to the 1999 Constitution. Independent National Electoral Commission says the March 11th Governorship and State House of Assembly election will be held as scheduled. The Commission gave the assurance in a statement by its National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, in Abuja. Okoye said all the processes and procedures leading to the election were being finalized. 6 Federal Capital Territory Area Councils and other stakeholders have received over 3 billion as their share of statutory allocation for the month of January. The figure, over 3 billion naira, represents a 20% decrease when compared to the 3 billion shared in the month of December 2022. Dr. Ramatu Aliyu, the FCT Minister of State, who was represented by the FCT Permanent Secretary, Mr. Olusade Adesola, made a disclosure in Abuja. Away from Nigeria, on the foreign scene, Cambodian opposition leader Kem Sokha was sentenced to 7 years in jail for treason, a verdict that ruled him out of election this year and was immediately denounced by the United States as a miscarriage of justice. Kem Sokha was accused of hitting a secret plan in collusion with foreign entities to topple the government of longtime Prime Minister Hun Sen upon his arrest in 2017. The 69-year-old co-founder of the now dissolved Cambodian National Rescue Party has long been a prominent adversary of Hun Sen, who critics says would back democratic freedom and use the courts to stifle opposition. Kem Song has repeatedly denied the charges against him, which rights groups says were designed to bar him from politics ahead of July's election. Still on the foreign scene, the UN Peacekeeper Force, called the United Nations Interim Security Force for Abyei, says uninformed personnel were spotted in Abyei. It said it was deeply worried that the development would further exacerbate the conflicts and cause a humanitarian crisis for civilians living in the area. South Sudan's army spokesperson Major General Lu Roy Kong has denied the presence of government soldiers in Abyei. On sport, Barcelona bounced back from back-to-back defeats to beat Real Madrid in Copa del Rey semi-final first leg, and Eder Militao one goal separated the sides at the Bernabeu despite the host having more possession and chances. It was a welcome result for Barca after they lost to Manchester United in the European League and Almeria in La Liga. Xavi's side defended deep after taking the lead, and their discipline earned a narrow advantage to take into the second league at Nou Camp on 5th April. And that's the Citizen FM news at noon, as detailed by Lawrence Omoiti. I am Aisha Shoaib. Good afternoon.